Hello! So I'm doing a little video here instead of typing everything out because I feel like that might take a little less time and I'm super lazy, and so whatever takes less time I'm going to do. But I don't know, we'll see. I have a tendency to ramble, as I am right now, rambling. Lord knows I was born a rambling woman. Wow, okay. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with giving you a little background with as far as what my weight loss, what kind of journey I had up until this last year when I lost 110 pounds, baby. So I was always the fat kid. I have always been the fat kid. When I was the 200-pound sixth grader. That's not even a lie. I was only like 5'6", 5'7", and I weighed 200 pounds, and and I got bullied. I got picked on. That's what kids do, and or at least as you're growing up and figuring out who you are, you bring others down just so that way you can feel good about yourself. Yeah, so I was the victim of that. I probably did it some too. But anyway, emotional scars aside, I'm telling you this because to give you an idea of, I have always struggled with my weight. I have been fat a majority of my life. And here I am, 28 years later, and I got it off. I was successful in getting it off, in working it off. So it's possible. If you are one of those people that has struggled with it either all your life or a majority of your life, take heart. It is possible. You can work it off. It's not impossible. It's not too late. And if what I did can help you get there, that would just be so amazing. So here is what I did. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So my weight loss journey kind of started by accident. What I ended up doing was I locked myself out of my car. And I remember looking through the window and seeing my keys dingling from the ignition and crap. And at the time, my husband was at work, and whatever other family and friends that I could call, everyone was off out and about doing their own thing, and I didn't really have anyone that I could call right away, right at that second, that could save me, that could get me from point A to point B. And I wasn't very far from home, and I fortunately had my house keys and had my phone with me. So I was about maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles from home, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk home. I'm gonna hoof it. This isn't a thing. That's not very far. I can do that. And so I did. And so I walked that 1.5 miles to 2 miles, got home, and I was like, whoosh, that was super easy. I could do that every day. And that is what started everything. That's what kind of that was the first flake in the snowball. And so that's what I did. I started walking every day. And I started walking about 3 to 4 miles. That took about an hour. And that was something else that I told myself was, out of 24 hours that I have to live life, I can dedicate 1 hour. 1 hour. So 23 hours are still towards living life and doing all the things I want to do. But 1 hour I can dedicate to making myself healthy, to making myself feel good and feel like I'm accomplishing good stuff with my body. So 1 hour, and it was about 3 to 4 miles. And I did that for probably the first 7 to 8 months, I would say. And I did it every day. I'm not exaggerating when I say I did it every day. That was a mantra that I told myself. It's like, no excuses. No excuses. Get this done. 3 to 4 miles, 1 hour. 1 hour. And that was a huge mental thing that I had to tell myself. 1 hour and 3 to 4 miles. As time went by, I'm not sure what the timeline was, but just as I felt more comfortable and felt better about myself and felt like I could do more, that increased to about 6 to 7 miles. And this is all while working about 40 hours a week. Just FYI, I work full time. Now I work a little bit more than full time, but at that point I was working full time. And I was still able to fit this in. More or less. Some days it was harder. There was definitely some crying fits of, oh my gosh, I'm doing so much. But anyways. But yeah, so 6 to 7 miles is where I ended, was 6 to 7 miles a day. And that took about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That was the time commitment for that. And I'm on my feet for my job. So on the days that I worked, it probably stayed about 3 to 4 miles. Cause I didn't want to be on my feet all day long. But on my days off, I would up it up to 6 to 7 miles. And yeah, so every day for about 8 months, 3 to 7 miles, depending on what life was throwing at me that day. 1 to 2 hours a day. So that was the biggest thing that got me jump started. Oh my gosh, this is a 7-minute video. I was going to talk to you a little bit about my diet too. High protein, low fat. I cut out sugar completely. Sugar and bread, and kept the protein. And so walking about an hour a day and cutting out sugar. Those two things were the biggest things that I did to lose the first 80 pounds or so. And I did a little bit more once, as I lost weight, I kind of got a little saggy. And I've kind of done some stuff to to do some anti-saggy. And so I will do another video here in just a minute and talk a little bit more about what I've done to continue on and get where I am now. So I'll do that here in just a second. But yes, walking about an hour a day, cutting out sugar, cutting out breads and cutting out sugar. Those are the two things that jump-started me, that helped me lose that first 80 pounds. Walking every day, cutting out sugar. So there's your start. There's an idea of where to start at least. So yeah, I'll talk to you again here in a moment.